Did I use the wrong freaking... Cool. Okay. Right off the bat, I want to welcome you to my roughly 1/4 cleaned living room rug. Yes, I have made a little bit more progress on the rug, as you can see. It's almost looking good if you only look at the part that's cleaned. If you look at the rest of it, it just points out how dirty it actually has been for so long. But today we are putting together some IKEA furniture for my office. If you've been watching my office decluttering and organizing series, you may know that I have decided to get a couple of IKEA Alex drawers because my desks in the office do not have drawers. And I feel a need for drawers. I feel a need for many drawers. So I'm starting by putting together this very wide and deep Alex drawer set. I have a lot of shipping materials that will behoove me to keep them in drawers. I have a lot of bags for postcards and ephemera kind of things that I sell. So having a set of drawers with some long, deep, wide drawers is exactly what I needed. Now, I am no stranger to putting together IKEA furniture, although I did screw up a couple times while I was doing this. Almost everything in our office, all of the desks and the bookshelves and everything are all IKEA furniture. So the best part about this Alex drawer set is that it will fit underneath my desks perfectly. The other two smaller sets of drawers that I got, I'm actually going to take the legs off of one side of our computer desks that Blake and I have in there and use the Alex drawers as one set of the legs. So it's all compatible stuff, which is very helpful. And I like that it all works together. Everything's the right size for everything else. But this first set of drawers I'm putting together is going to be one that has wheels on the bottom, so I can just roll it around the room wherever I want it to go. I really like having a very fluid workspace. Sometimes I feel like doing things in one area of the room, and sometimes I feel like doing things in another, and I just need the flexibility of being able to like move around however I feel like I need to move in that moment. So I like that this one's on wheels. The other two that I bought that I am not putting together in this video will be stationary underneath the computer desks, but this one will kind of be something that can float around. I'm primarily using it for shipping supplies, so when I am shipping, I can pull it out, I can move it around however I want. It's really going to be really nice. And I did get it in this kind of dusty blue color. For me, yes, stuff needs to be functional. That's number one, always, especially in an office. It has to function properly, but I still really need things to be pretty. I'm a creative person and the aesthetics of everything is very important to me. I know that doesn't sound like it would be true based on how junky my house has been lately, but since I'm putting the time and effort into fixing up this office, the aesthetics of it really do matter to me. Also, here's a little tip. If you are putting together IKEA furniture, if you're putting together something that has drawers or any repetitive pieces, do them assembly line style like I'm doing here. Put all the drawers together at once or mostly at once. Rather than build one entire drawer at a time, do them all like one step at a time to each drawer because it goes a lot faster. I did put together one whole drawer by itself first just to make sure that I got it down, like what I'm supposed to do. But then I just sort of assembly lined them and built them all at the same time. It goes much faster. So that's my IKEA furniture building tip of this video. Like I said, I did kind of mess up a couple times. I just put the wrong screws in once and put a screw in the wrong spot another time. But overall, it wasn't a big deal. It was super easy and it took in real time about an hour and 15 minutes for me to put this together, which did not seem all that bad. Here she is. Can't really see very good. There you go. There she is under the desk.
I personally love how these two different tones of blue and blue-green kind of go together. It's not matchy-matchy, but they like coordinate so well together. Loving that. And the best part for me is that it's on wheels and I can roll her out. Kind of hard to do with one hand. And I still have boxes everywhere, so when it's totally clean in here, it'll be so much better. But it can go at the edge of the desk like this, which I also really love. Sorry, I'm filming very spastically right now. It kind of extends the work table. I could see when I am shipping, because a lot of my shipping supplies are going to be in here, which that's the next thing we're going to do is load it up. I can see when I'm shipping, I could roll it out to the end and then have even more surface space, which is super helpful. Like I could put my bag here that I load up my finished boxes into, and then when I'm done with it, I can just roll it back under. Actually, I'm going to end up putting it so the drawers come out this way once Blake and I switch desks, because that is on the books for the next thing that's going to be happening. Not the next thing that's going to be happening, but once that gets cleared out, underneath my desk gets cleared out, the top of my desk gets cleared out, then Blake and I are going to switch spots because I'm going to utilize some of the space inside the closet, at least on this side, for shipping supplies. So when I'm shipping, it'll all just be right here in this little semicircle. So that will be good. But for now, I'm excited. Let's load this baby up. I'm putting all that stuff in there. I have another box right there of stuff that I want to put in there. And then everything that's in there is going to go in these drawers too. And I'm certain it's all going to fit, and it's all going to fit really, really well.
So my method here was to first empty out the colorful rolling cart drawers and figure out what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to put in these new drawers. So I'm just sort of making a pile on my desk and going through everything and just doing what I'm calling a dry run by just placing stuff in the drawers with no dividers or any kind of like organizational system in there yet. Because first I want to see what I want to put in here, how much space I have, and what would be the best kind of dividers to get, because I am going to be buying some new dividers for these drawers. I already had those clear containers that you can see one is sitting on my desk on the top there holding a bunch of stickers. I knew that those were going to be too deep, like too tall to fit in these very shallow, narrow drawers. So I measured the drawers to figure out what space I had exactly to work with. And I did end up buying some drawer divider containers, which you will see here in a minute. The top drawer I decided is mostly for stickers and pens and post-it notes. The stickers are something I use for package toppers when I am shipping things. And the second drawer is going to be for tape and glue and other shipping supplies that I need on hand. And then working from the bottom up, I'm now putting in all of the different plastic sheet protectors, magazine protectors, postcard protectors, and I am also going to be putting in the poly mailers, which are like the bags that I use for shipping. So really this became kind of a whole entire shipping station. I ended up taking some stuff out of my orange cabinet, which if you're familiar with The Office, if you watch the other Office decluttering videos, it's that metal orange doored cabinet had a lot of my shipping supplies in it, but there's a lot of wasted space in there because when you have a 1-inch tall layer of bags that you can't really stack anything on top of, on a regular 12-inch tall shelf, you've got 11 inches of wasted space. So that's why these drawers are so nice, because things like bags and anything that is just sort of big and flat that I can't stack anything really on top of, because it's really hard to, pull out a bag and stuff without causing a whole avalanche, which is what was happening in the orange shelf. It's much better to keep them in drawers like this so that all of the thin, flat stuff is very, very easily accessible. There are also those like paper divider tray things that stack for like 8.5 by 11 paper. And I think those work really well too, because it utilizes the vertical space. But as you can see, as I'm loading up these drawers, there's like 13 by 19 inch bags and things that I have to store. So those types of things, they're just too big and wide and flat to fit anywhere other than like these really big drawers. So the stuff that I wanted to put in here, that I imagined putting in here, for the most part, it fit really well. This one middle drawer was the only one where I kind of changed my mind about what I wanted to store in there. I decided I'm going to put the rest of the stuff that I use for package toppers in there. Right now, as I'm loading it up this first dry run, like I said, it's going to look like quite a hot mess. I end up putting everything into Ziploc bags in a second, so it's not going to be too crazy. It's just a way to like kind of keep it more organized until I got the little dividers. Ultimately, the goal is to not have all of these little loose pieces of paper, but to take like an afternoon or a weekend or something, some time to sit with all of my little vintage papers and assemble all the package toppers. I usually go through phases where I do this, where I'll just assemble like 50 or 100 of these little packets that I put on the top of my packages. It's just a fun little extra thing that I do for people who purchase my vintage items. It makes me happy. It makes me smile. I get to play with vintage paper for an afternoon. It's all good. And I really love doing it. I just haven't had the time, or I haven't made the time to do it, mostly because everything's been so disorganized. So as I was sorting through all of this stuff and putting it into categories, now I am prepared to assemble all of my package toppers. So ultimately, this middle drawer will just be the completed packets of package toppers, so that when I'm shipping, I have my tape right there, I have my package toppers right there, there's bags and anything else that I could need. All the little tiny things are all going to be in these drawers, and it's really, really working out perfectly thus far. So now it's a couple days later and my organizers arrived. I ended up getting a pack of 72 pieces on Amazon because I wasn't totally sure how I wanted to arrange everything and what size little containers I wanted. I wanted to have enough to be able to be flexible in the way that I arranged them. I got a set that has all compatible measurements. So there's 4 different shapes and sizes, but they're all in increments of 3. So there's a 3-inch by 3-inch square shape, and then the next one is 3 inches by 6 inches. You know what I mean? So everything still lines up and you can make everything even. I really hate when the drawer organizers don't line up right. That just is a really big pet peeve of mine. So I found this set of these little boxes that all kind of fit in a grid together, if that makes any sense. And it almost fills up the entire space of the drawer. There is a little bit of room around the edges, but I'm okay with that too, because I do have like long rulers and things that need a longer space. So it actually worked out fine. Also, like I said, I have 2 more entire drawer units to build, and those are going to need drawer dividers as well. So I figured part of this set of 72 would also go in there, especially because that is more very specific, like office type things, like pens and pencils and scissors and staples and, stuff you would have in a typical office desk. So I'm sure that these organizers are going to come in handy in both of those drawer units as well. I'm starting on this top drawer and just organizing my stickers that I use for package toppers. There's like different themes of stickers for different holidays and things. And then my Sharpie pens, which I use the most out of anything, and my Post-it notes, and then my own merch stickers and coasters and things. So all of that is going in this top drawer. Again, it's all shipping related. And then I'm going to just use whatever drawer dividers I need in the other drawers and just work my way down. Just incidentally, we also had an electrician at our house on this day replacing our breaker box. So if you hear weird hammering and sawing and noises like that in the background, that is why. So it's a few days later now, and I have been using my new drawer cart thingamajig. Penny is an inspector for my work, like usual. Did I do a good job, Penny? Yeah? Did I do a good job? Oh, kisses. Oh, you're gonna push my packages off? You would. So yeah, I've been using it. I used it for a little live sale. I was able to put my computer on top. I rolled it over here and did my sale from it. I had everything I needed, my pens and Post-its and everything for my sale. And I had a ruler right here. Like I had everything at my fingertips, which was great. Here's the final look at the top drawer there. Stickers, merch, a few tools that I use all the time, all my different kinds of Sharpies, even put some chapstick in there. And yeah, I used it for shipping. And these are all of my completed packages that are just waiting for payment to get their shipping label and out the door. Here's the final look at this drawer. So I've got the tape, more tape, glue, adhesive kind of things, my blower. Yeah, that's that stuff. And then here is all of the stuff to make package toppers. And then shipping poly bags, plastic bags and boards for ephemera, and bigger plastic bags and boards for ephemera. So it's fitting everything. I have it at the end of the desk right now because this is where I was using it, but I am going to roll it back under to have more free space since I don't need it out right now. And yeah, I love it. It's working great. And I'm going to be really excited to put together the second two that are going to go underneath the desks and serve as legs for half the desks. But obviously I really can't do that yet because, you know, we're not there yet. We're not quite ready for that yet, but that will be next. But we're making progress and it looks really pretty and it functioned very, very well. I've used it now a couple times and it's great. So I'm super happy and thank you for watching. Penny will do the outro today. What do you think, Penny? Max, do you want to be involved? You want to say goodbye? Say thanks for watching, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Say bye, Penny. Bye.